Hi, this is my first video in this channel, Mi Casa Tu Casa, and I always like decoration, but never professionally. I never done professionally. I always have been something that I enjoy, like other things that I enjoy as well. But lately, the last year or so, especially the last year with the lockdown and pandemic, I've been spending a lot more time watching videos in YouTube. I don't know why, because obviously you look for more indoor entertainment or home particularly entertainment, but I could watch other things, but I'm watching more YouTube. I think probably because you miss that human contact, even is no is no physical social physical presence, but there is a human activity, of course. Maybe that's the reason why I've been watching a lot of videos in YouTube. And I've been watching a lot about decoration as well. And one of the videos I watched, they were talking about trendy trends in 2020, I think. No, that was for 2021, actually, I think it was. So must have been at the beginning of this year that I watched that video. But I think for some reason I undoubtedly now, because I'm pretty sure I heard it somewhere before in 2020, because it's something that I think it comes along with spending more time at home with the lockdown, and is that the trend in this magazine that a YouTuber was reading in YouTube video, they say that decoration was a big trend for 2021. But I'm pretty sure I heard it before in 2020 somewhere else, or maybe in YouTube, different video, of course. But I can't remember exactly. Anyway, definitely it was in a magazine on the top trends for 2021, as I say, and it was decoration. And for me as well, like for most people, because it makes sense that you have to reorganize your space where you are spending a lot of time now. And yeah, maybe that's the reason I'm watching more videos about decoration. I rearrange a few things. No a large amount, no big projects, definitely no. I moved here 2 years ago. I spent more money than I should have spent just to get it to living condition, or my living conditions anyway. Some people maybe don't think it's enough for them, and some people will say maybe it's a bit, I could have saved some money, But that's the way I did it because I wanted to do it. I'm not gonna say I didn't completely regret some things, but it's on now, and I like my decoration. Obviously, we always think it could be better, or but and definitely it could be better, but for me it's fine. But yeah, I did as I say, I haven't done a big job from the beginning of lockdowns. But I have changed a few things, and as I say, I watch a lot of videos about decoration. One thing that I have heard very, very frequently, as I say, especially videos from America, is about talking about different styles, and it's minimalism, which I think was, it was actually mentioned in that magazine apparently as the top trend, to be big trend for 2021, which actually makes sense again, because you want the clutter kind of living space, or more organized, but because you are going to spend more time there. But so is makes sense. However, I never been a big fan of minimalism, or the minimalism that or the way I saw minimalism. Before, in the past, when I heard about minimalism, it had been always very empty spaces, empty rooms, very, not completely empty, obviously, but this feeling of empty space, of hearing your echo, in the room, because there is a lot of space, empty space and void. And I never been a fan of that, I have to say. I don't like that feeling of void. Yes, of course, I like the side of more organized, more clear, more the spacious as well. You like feeling you have a space to move freely, like a gazelle. Not like a gazelle, definitely no. No, in a property in the city, I don't think a lot of people can afford that. But enough, for a human living. And yeah, as I say, I obviously I understand that. But even though I didn't see it that way, I used when in the past the way I saw minimalism was about a lot of void and empty space, and I wasn't fan of that. The way I was feeling is like soulless kind of places, because for me, in my lifestyle, my spaces are not that big, but maybe because I am a creature of comfort, I tend to have things for comforting or for make my life more comfortable. And even though I definitely never like clutter or untidiness more than unclutter, I tend to accumulate a lot of stuff in my living space, which for many years was basically one room, some space in a kitchen as well, because I was sharing the property. Now I live by myself, and I do have more space, so the sitting room per se maybe doesn't look as full as it used to look on the bedroom on the place I was living before. But yes, definitely I tend to have quite a lot of items. Maybe because I like more than the average person, maybe, or maybe just because my space in terms of physical space is quite limited, because you have to adapt your space to your budget, maybe for that. But you could see minimalism and the way I saw it was not really possible. No, it was not really possible. I used to have this desk. I used to have this desk for studying, and I used to have quite a few things. As I say, I never like untidiness, so it will still look tidy, but you will see, things on the surface that are not for decoration purpose, because in minimalism it sense that the only few items are for decoration purpose, because I don't know, maybe minimalism relies on you have enough covers to put away everything that you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it all the time. But I didn't have this storage space, so I was putting things, out in display, that I was using often because I really have to use the storage space for things that cannot be in this place, like underwear or shoes. I don't like. Some people like some people like to have some shoes on displays, maybe in the entrance or in their bedrooms, and that's fine. I don't think anyone will enjoy seeing my shoes. I don't normally have very shiny shoes, to be honest, or very enjoyable in the eye kind of shoes. They are just for work, comfortable more of the time. Mainly they are quite for being comfortable purpose rather than and I suppose I have some shoes that are more are for that I have because of the look rather than for being for a purpose and the functionality because they are comfortable, but I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are. Somewhere in a cupboard, because I don't use it very often or never really. But I have a couple, I suppose, maybe somewhere because is the occasion arise. I don't want to. Sometimes I buy things in case I need it at some point, and I don't like to have to rush to the shops to buy items that I really need very quickly, because I always think that I am spending a lot more money, and I suppose I'm quite I don't know if it's specky, but maybe it's specky because in a way maybe it's specky because I don't normally, if that happened to me that I have an occasion that I need to, there is a dressing code for whatever reason, it doesn't have to be very smart or anything, I just mean anything, and it's I don't have it already, and I feel that I need to get it from the shops. I always it takes me a long time to find the right one for me, just because I don't know, maybe not everything suits me, maybe that's why, and I need to be more selective of what or more particular, on the items that I get for myself. So yeah, that's why. But as I say, I didn't have much space. We was going back to decoration, which is have been going in a tangent quite far away. And going back to the decoration, as I say, minimalism, I don't think it was possible in my life. Right now, I have seen videos and people with even with very small places, very, very, very small, like a studio, which is it's a bit more space that I used to have, I suppose, because I used to have just a bedroom, maybe a shell in the fridge in one kitchen, but sometimes it's not a lot more, because there is nothing they can put really in the shower room, because the shower rooms are very small and they just hold, the basic stuff, nothing decorative purpose, and their kitchen maybe is very small as well, and they cannot, again, they have to go to the basics as well, but they look a lot more, even though the space maybe are not a lot bigger than I used to have, they look a lot more minimalist than me. So maybe obviously I could have worked a bit better in that point. That's what I will think. I could have done something more. And now, I think I'm learning to, with very minimal space, to make it a bit more, not minimalist, because as I say, is minimalism as an void, as an empty space. That feeling, I don't like it, to be honest. I don't like that empty feeling. I don't know why. I need to fill myself maybe with external things, maybe a lack of internal equipment. I don't know, maybe it's that. But personally, I don't like the feeling of empty space. I like a feeling of comfortable space that goes with equipment that make it comfortable. But again, and I would say bear in mind more often to keep it minimum. This is not minimalism style per se, to keep it to minimum. So I have learned a trick or two to make it minimalism style look rather than be just minimalism style, but at least to look a bit more minimum. And but in this video, I want to talk about not only about minimalism, but about also another word that we're hearing a lot in these videos that are normally from America, as I say, and it's the word boho. And people say it, like it's, boho, boho. Everyone knows boho. Well, at the beginning, when people were saying boho, I was watching the videos. I didn't know what they mean with boho, what boho means. And eventually, I work out. I suppose some people are gonna be shocked because they will say, oh, really? You have to work out the word? But I work out that the boho comes from Bohemian. And maybe, I don't know, maybe now some people hear it and they say, oh no, you're completely wrong. It doesn't mean that. And other people say, what else you could think it could be? I don't know. That's what I think it is now. Oh, yeah. Boho means from Bohemian style. And I've been hearing that a lot as well. And Bohemian, I would say, is I have to identify with one style. As I say, when I was sharing my accommodation, and I was just have this bedroom for myself, I would say maybe Bohemia was more the style I have. Because as I say, I think Bohemian allow you to have more useful items, like items that have functionality rather than decoration only on display, because not necessarily because you wanted to have in display, but because you need it, and you don't have much, as I said before, storage space, but it allows you to have it. It allows you to have more decoration items. Is that what you want as well? But definitely the difference between Bohemian and minimalism, and I'm sure there is 1,000 difference, but for me the main two things is that one is minimum items in one space, and the other one is maximum. I wouldn't say it's just go for the maximum just for the sake of putting items. I wouldn't say that, but it allows you to incorporate a lot more items that but I would say it's items that you are very comfortable with, obviously items that you feel some connection because maybe you use it in your day work or your day hobbies, or just because it means something to you, because like souvenirs, from different places that you've been traveling, or just memorabilia. No, I can't say the word. Sorry, memorabilia. I can say the word. Sorry, I hope you understand what I mean. But I think that is more about items that commemorate or there are items that are vintage or are from other times, but are not necessarily like personal items. But I mean, Bohemian for me is more personal. It's everything I think have more emotional kind of the items are more emotionally related to you that in minimalism, which I think try to minimize especially this emotional kind of ambience. I don't know, I'm maybe now going too far in this reflection. But I think that is something like that without being, obviously, as you can see, I'm not a designer. I think that is two important aspects in between minimalism and bohemian, and I think it's not only in the physical side, which is, one is a lot empty and void space, and the other one is a lot more full of items. I wouldn't say it's only that physical appearance, superficial appearance, but also the ambience. I think one is a lot more emotional, and the other one I would say is more spiritual, maybe kind of spiritual. Maybe some people don't think there is a difference between being spiritual or emotional. I think it's the way I see it is different. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's different. And I think bohemian is more emotional, or allow this feeling in the space. And I think minimalism reduce this emotional kind of feeling. And but as I say, even though in the past I have been more, I will have identified more with bohemian without going to the stream, because I have seen videos, on decoration websites or pictures that show a bohemian style, and they are really, really, really full of items, like every centimeter per se, but definitely in every meter of the space there is there are things, there are items in every meter of one room. And I mean horizontal and vertical as well, because you can see furniture in the, standing on the ground, and you can see rugs and all types of furniture, as I say, but